Okay, so today, the second C of the three C's in success: consistency. All right, three, two, one. Hey, I am making a proposal. This is Steve Greene, the Success Doctor. Make the Grade podcast. I came up with a suggestion. They should be spelling success with three C's, not just two. Anybody remember what the first one was? I talked about it in the last episode. C number one. Everybody remember? Commitment. Commitment. C number two, which we're going to talk about today, consistency. C number three, community. Commitment, consistency, community. So let's talk about consistency. Make the Grade podcast all about giving you actions, giving you actionable steps you can use right now. Stop the podcast, start doing it. Listen to the podcast, do it. Listen to it again, refresh your ability, strengthen them. About giving you actions you can take as a student or as a parent to help your children to have success. Get better grades, get better colleges, SATs, the whole thing. So let's talk about consistency. Consistency basically means maintaining a high standard of what you're going to do. You can be consistently bad. Why would you want to do that? So this is about developing habits, good, strong, consistent, what's the word, habits. They're going to help you have academic success. Okay? This is like anything. When I was growing up, I wanted to learn to play the guitar. And I honestly was a little lazy about it. I'd play for an hour one day. I wouldn't play for 4 days. I'd play for 10 minutes. I'd play for 3 weeks. Finally realized one day my friends who were playing and were jamming away and were really sounding good, they're playing every day. Every day. I said, the only way I'm going to get good at it is to just do it. That was a lesson I learned. I kind of taught it to myself, but it was really true. And it remains true with everything. And it's true with the academics. So you want to get good at playing the guitar, you want to get good at tennis, you want to get good at golf, you want to get good at painting, you want to get good at dancing. Anything you want to get good or excel at, you have to practice consistently. And academics, which is my space, is no differently. So what do you need to be consistent with? Number one, you have to be consistent in where you do your work. This is all tying in with the structures, the 5 structures I talked about. There is a physical structure. Where are you doing your work? Are you consistent in where you're doing it? Do you have a nice, good, solid, quiet, well-lit, well-appointed workspace you can work? Could be a desk, could be a table. It really doesn't really matter as long as it's conducive to working and enabling you to work with your best high-quality work. How's your timing? Time management, major Maxim education premise. Time management. Are you consistent in how you manage your time? Do you come home from school? Do you set up your afternoon and evening, or evening depending on when you get home? Do you prioritize? Do you rank? Do you set long and short term goals? All the Maxim education premises I talk about. Academically, are you consistent? You're doing quality work day in, day out. You don't want to be streaky like I was at first with guitar. Really strong one day, weak the next day, medium the third day, good again the fourth day, medium the fifth day. No, you want to be strong day one, day two, day three, day four, day five, every day, just like you're playing the guitar. You're working at it. You're getting a little better at compounds. How about accountability? Are you consistently accountable to yourself? Or parents, are you keeping your children accountable? Are they doing quality work? Are you doing quality work day in, day out? Okay? These are all critical. And these are all things that contribute overall, and it should be fairly obvious, to the academic success. So we have kind of a structural consistency. When you do it, how you do it, where you do it, why you do it, the quality of it, and all this. That, I think, is obviously important. Now, there's another layer of this, which is your habits. I get people coming to me and say, yeah, I'm going to put my paper off because I can write a really good paper at 11 o'clock at night the day before it's due. Some people can. A lot of people can't, and I don't advise it. So your study habits need to be consistent as well. I'm making a differentiation between study habits and actual production of the work that you're going to do. Now, a really good example is when I work with students on SAT and ACT prep. And those of you out there who are listening who've done that know I use the word consistency or consistent over and over and over. We want to consistently apply the strategies we're learning. We want to consistently practice. We want to consistently stay with our plan. Why? Because when you do this consistently, over and over and over, and you get it and you see it, oh, I remember a problem like that before. I know how to do it. I see this problem. I got a technique. Oh, here's a math problem. I'm going to work through my technique here. Here's a reading section. I'm going to work through my technique here. Because you've done it consistently over and over and over, it's become a solid habit. So when you go in to take the test, the big high stakes SAT or ACT exam, whenever you're going to do that, a month, 2 months, 6 months later, it doesn't really make a difference. It becomes just a matter of execution. You're going in and you see a problem. You're like, yes, I know how to do it. I've done it. I've practiced it. I feel confident with it. And it's all coming together. That confidence is the result of the consistent effort. So we got a structural consistency. We have a habitual and an effort consistency. We have a time level consistency. And this, by the way, is going to apply to anything. This is not just an academic sort of thing. This is not just something that happens in school and then you can forget about it. If you want to get good, like I said before, my goal was to learn to play the guitar. And I'm happy to tell you, I'm pretty good at it. But it's because I put in the time. But anything you want to do, a lot of the students I work with go to dance school. And I'm sure they're all really good dancers because they go. It seems like they're going every day, 3 days a week, 4 days a week. Martial arts. I had a goal, same thing. Tell you a little more about myself. My kids were doing taekwondo. And the sensei came to us and said, you want to join in? I said, I'll try it. I'll hurt myself, but I'll do it. And from the first class, I decided my goal, I want to be a black belt. I wasn't even sure what that meant. I wasn't even sure what that meant in terms of work or number of classes or skills I'd learn. I just decided that was my goal. You know what? 1 year, 11 months later, almost to the day, I achieved that goal. And 2 years after that, I got a second degree black belt. And it's not because I'm so great at martial arts. It's because I committed to it and I worked at it. And remember, what was the first C of the 3 C's of success? Commitment. I committed. I went to class consistently. I practiced it at home, practiced my forms, practiced my moves, practiced my balance, put the time in, and got the results. And there were many other side benefits along the way. So just like I felt better, I was healthier, I lost a little bit of weight, my cardiovascular was better, I was enjoying it. It was something I looked forward to because in a job like mine, I sit around a lot. So I like getting outside, taking walks, practicing, doing stuff like this. Also was a nice sense of community there, which is the third C of success. But the most important thing was I'm telling you these stories about myself because they're examples of work that started out difficult. And I got a plan, I got a system, I put the system into place, I applied that system consistently, and we got the results. Same with you as a student, same with you as a parent, motivating your child. Consistency, commitment. They go hand in hand. This episode's more about consistency. Steve Greene here with the Make the Grade podcast. As I say, my goal, help you, the student, or the parent to help their students to take actions, give you actions, ideas, tasks, things you can actually do. This is not theory. It's always theory underneath it. This is about just saying, hey, you know what? Starting today, I'm going to try it this way. Because I know it works. It works because I've worked with kids for over 20, almost 24 years. 14,000 students. Did every one of them get straight A's? No. But almost all of them improved. Some dramatically because they got consistent. They got a plan. They went to work. You can do this in school with your academics. You can do it out of school with anything else in your life. Get a system. So your structure, your time, your academics, your accountability, put it all together. If you need help with it, reach out. I have several different ways this can happen. I have a learning plan that I make up that I create for families. It's actually based on a survey. It's not random. So you would answer a survey with about 20 questions in it. Based on that, I'll create a plan for you. Great way to start the consistency. Go to makethegrade.net, check it out. Join the community, the Make the Grade Success community. It is there to foster the consistency, because let's be honest, there are days everybody falls off the wagon, as it were. It may be great for 8-9 days, and you just get a day you're just tired, or you just got a lot on your mind. It's okay. You need the support. That's where community comes in. All works together. So I'm proposing they should spell success with 3 C's. I know it's wrong. I know it only has 2. But the principles require 3. Commitment, consistency, community. I'm making a case for that. Guess what? The topic of the next podcast is going to be talking about community, how that can help you. So you find your commitment. What are you committed to? Get consistent with your plan. If you need a plan, need help with the plan, reach out. Get support. Get a support system. That's your community. Where do you go for help when you need it? Where do you learn what you need to learn? I want to learn guitar. This was pre-YouTube. When I was trying to learn guitar, there was no YouTube. I went to my friends who knew how to play. Hey, what's that chord? Show it to me. I found somebody better than I was, tried to learn everything I could from them. And when I got as good as them, I found somebody better than them. Okay? So you got to get a system. Steve Greene, the Success Doctor, I want to thank you for taking the time to listen. Please take this to heart. This is all about giving you actions to help you excel at school, get the best grades you can, get the highest GPA you can, get into the best college you can, build up confidence, feel good about yourself. If you thought this was helpful, please subscribe to the podcast. Please give me some feedback. Better yet, please share this. I really honestly feel, and I say this a lot, the more people that can listen and get this information, the more people that get helped, and just everything is better. I appreciate it. I want to thank you again. Next time, community, commitment, consistency, community, SUCCESS. I'll rewrite the dictionary here. Thanks again. See you next time. See your comments in the community. I appreciate them. Reach out on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, wherever. Facebook, Pinterest. I'm losing track. It's all good, though. And if you have any ideas for podcasts, I'm starting to work up my schedule for the summer and the fall of what I'm going to address. Everybody's being safe out there. Have a great week until next time. Dr. Steven Greene, the Success Doctor.